am back. Again, I was supposed to do this recap tomorrow. This is Jersey, Real Housewives of New Jersey. And first off, happy 420. If I didn't say it in my last live, happy 420. Again, I was going to do Jersey tomorrow, but I decided to finish with my girls trip and then come back and do Jersey. Just because, one, I don't feel like really talking too much about it tomorrow because I'm going to just do Vanderpump tomorrow. And just get out of the way. And so hopefully you guys got all the notifications that I was doing this because, again, it was last minute. It was scheduled for tomorrow. But I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get here. If you guys have not hit subscribe, please hit subscribe. I am live right now on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And I think everything should be good. Audio is good, right? Audio is good. See the light? The light is like really screwing me up. Okay, let's see. Well, again, this is the recap of Real Housewives of New Jersey. And you know what? I think I need my glasses, actually. Okay. So, let's... Oh, that's a glare. All right. So, let's get into the episode. I feel like this glare should be liner. Oh, yeah. No. I'm just not be blind too much. Okay, guys. Before I say anything, too, I know that I've been saying how exhausted I am by the whole Gloria Judice thing. I just hope that, like, after these recaps or after this episode or season or whatever, that we're completely done with it because I'm not even starting my too much of my personal opinion based on like what I feel like other than watching what I see on TV and what's on social media. I'm going to try to just stick to what you guys only pay attention to, which is just, I guess, the episodes and a little bit of social media, right? But and just what we see on the episode. I don't know, or what we see on social media. I feel like at this point my personal opinions are irrelevant because they suck, and I've been feeling I've been proved wrong so many times now, like with Sandoval and all that crap. But I don't know what I'm talking about, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna try to stick to it. Which, I mean, I could say that, but also another thing too. I feel like, I hope that by watching this season and guys being completely honest with yourselves, whether you like the Gorgas or you don't, or you're just Team Teresa because of that, you guys got to be honest with it. If you are watching it and paying attention, it's coming across like I always say about Teresa, her well doesn't run that deep. She doesn't make any sense. She's kind of coming off she's just not. There's something up with her. I feel like she's extremely angry, more angry than before she met Louis, like people keep saying. She's really she's kind of really skinny. She's been getting sick a lot. And I know, just not only from social media, I hear that, but she had COVID and then she's in the hospital. And I don't know if it's stress, but I also feel like after a couple statements made by Mr. Rulala, hashtag justice for Nurse Jamas, the whole Rulala thing, the whole yelling at her, knowing that she's absolutely ridiculous, and then I'm sure he disagrees with half the things that she says or whatever, when she's fighting with people. I don't know. I kind of feel like we should be a little concerned, and I feel like at this point, to get rid of all this exhaustion from this one versus that one, we have to get rid of somebody. And I feel like if we don't have eyes on Teresa, I think we need eyes on Teresa. I'm not concerned. I'm not going to say much more than that, but I'm concerned. I feel like Norton Bates it's undeniable anymore. I tried to like them. I said he's not a bad dude. I was all about their love or his love for her or whatever it was. It seemed like he came in at the right time. She's vulnerable. The whole thing. But I feel like, that he's giving us no choice. But the question is, question him. I mean, is he a boogaloo? What the fuck's a boogaloo? You know what I mean? But anyway, so I said I'd recap the episode. So let's get into it. Remember I said last week that the running theme of my recap was going to be like the whole rat thing? I think they kind of basically, everything I said, I guess she backed up this week because it's like, I'm like, why is nobody not saying, yeah, like pointing out the obvious here, like the girl was ratting to begin with. Danielle was ratting to begin with to helping to Rachel. So if that's your definition of a rat girl, then you are a rat. And if that's your definition of rat, you're also begging Jennifer Aiden to rat about her lunch with Laura. So, but so anyway, so I smell a rat is the episode's title. But anyway, we start out, I guess they're continuing Teresa's. It's basically Teresa's bachelor party, which I was so, I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. They're continuing to have this bachelor party. And they go to a pub and they have a drink off. Of course, we see Jackie, who's awesome at a drink off because she can do keg stands. Jackie's a good beer drinker. And annoying as she was in the very first couple episodes, she's actually getting, I like Jackie. She's actually making sense now. But again, we have another Sprinter van again, and we have cameras in the Sprinter van. Amazing, right? It's 5 seconds after they get to the Sprinter van. Like, this would be me, like literally passed out. Like, yeah, party time. Let's go home and party. We'll stay out all night. Yeah, I'll be passed out in the corner. That would be us, me. But anyway, next we have Rachel Fuda, which she learns that Danielle had called her a rat because Danielle admits that she believes the rumors of Margaret Josephs has an arsenal are true, and Marge is offended by that, which is odd to me because saying that she has an arsenal. Now, the person who said, you made it, and you know what? You're one of the only ones. This was a last minute thing too. Like, remember I said earlier I was supposed to do this tomorrow, but I didn't. Just want to kept on going. Yeah. So this is Jersey too. We've been waiting a bit for this one, right? I know you've been waiting to hear me on this. So again, we have Rachel in her confessional saying exactly what I said. You were the one who was ratting. That's your definition of a rat, girlfriend. That's what you were doing. You are, and again, saying that Margaret has an arsenal. This came from her supposed childhood best friend, Laura. Okay, now, Laura, her best friend since childhood, would have most of Margaret's secrets. I'm sure all of you tell your closest best friends secrets. I think my husband and my best friend know everything. Basically, there's nothing that they don't know, right? But they're the only two, okay? And I mean, like, of course, call that an arsenal? No, it's just called you've been friends with somebody for 40 years. But the whole thing of a Margaret having an arsenal and then she is a housewife on a housewife show. That is her job, to be messy. You should be worried about pissing her off because, again, same thing with you guys. You literally, you called Rachel a rat because she repeated one thing that you said about her friend. I would be pissed off at you, first of all. I would be pissed off at, I would be questioning where the information came from. Her childhood best friend who can't even tell you what Margaret did to her for her to spill all her supposed secrets. And again, we have, I know I'm jumping ahead, talking about Zarsnell. We have the one person who is the repeat offender of digging up information on people, saying that Margaret goes and digs up information on people when Jennifer Aiden has been digging up information on people since day one. Okay, she did it with Evan and Jackie. She did it with Margaret. And again, I'm not a Margaret fan any longer, but I have to agree that I have to side with Margaret on this one because the entire point of them talking about this whole arsenal that Marge has is to point out that just to prove that Marge is the one who's not loyal. She's the one you have to worry about, not to ruin Joe and Melissa's marriage, right? Although the information that this person at this lunch is Bitter Betty person reveals is about to Teresa and Jennifer is about Melissa and Joe, Teresa's brother and sister-in-law. So Teresa, knowing that this person has now said that Margaret has told her all this stuff about the cheating, all the shit that she made up. I don't know what the whole situation. I'm not going to repeat it again, but it's not how it went down. The person that spilled this information about Margaret is supposed to be her best friend, and the fact that she's sitting here having this lunch and Teresa says nothing. That's where the real problem lies, and I hope that everybody realizes this, that when Teresa said we're going to see not only the Pizzagate, but we're going to see the true Joe Gorga and how she's been protecting him all these years, and he's really this and that. what we're finding out, Teresa, is that you're a hypocrite. I'm not a hypocrite. You make no damn sense, because we find out that you were inviting them to the wedding, wanting them in the wedding this whole entire season. This is after you had the lunch with Bitter Betty, and you swear that you're going to like prove that your brother's this and that, whatever. And the only thing I'm seeing is that your brother, your boyfriend has been, or your husband has been making all kinds of weird business deals with people, and then falling out, claiming that he's a la, and he's not. Like, there's a lot of red flags. Hashtag Nona's pajamas. Like, I'm sorry. I know I'm harping on this, but Michael Rappaport said it on Watch What Happens Live after this. That is where we all went. That is where, for him, it went wrong. That's where it went wrong for me. It went wrong there. It went wrong with the pajamas. Then it went wrong when we're watching him be as two-faced as he can be. And then we find out about this whole Pizzagate. And yes, I don't know why Margaret has the goddamn things, but it's kind of like, it's black and white now. I feel like Teresa, we need to be worried. I don't think that Teresa is ever going to see any fault in Louis, and I don't. How could she? This is her light and shining armor, and like I said, she doesn't think that she doesn't have those processing skills, right? Although we do see how, when we get to the end of the episode, which talks about Joe Giudice and her murder. Anyway, so then we have Danielle admits that she believes the rumors about Margaret's are true. Well, why wouldn't you? You should believe it. Like I just pointed out, she would have all this information about some people that are close to her, because she's friends with people, like she's close with people. She's going to have information. She's going to tell her best friend shit. So call it an arsenal. What the hell ever. Whatever. The only person that revealed any of the secrets that Margaret had was Laura. Not Margaret, Laura. Her friend, who's not on the Housewives. To her arch enemies. Now, if you live in New Jersey and you want to know what the definition of a rat is somebody who gets in trouble or has information and turns state's evidence and goes to the people, the arch enemy of the people that they have the information on, that they want to get and use against them, right? Somebody's, hey, you're not, you don't get what you want, or you get caught whatever you're doing, and they're saying, hey, well, there's this way that you could get what you want. You could run your mouth. That's the definition of a rat, is when you take other people down when you can't get what you want. You take other people down with you, or you go down, you take them down with you. To me, that seems like what LARU, that's what Laura did, not anybody else. So again, she points out that Margaret has a reputation for digging into people's past. So do you, Jennifer. Danielle, Jennifer does. Okay. Again, all this was digging into somebody's past. You're talking about Melissa's past. You're talking about Margaret's past. Again, all this because you were alone on Christmas. Whatever. Again, I'm not a huge Margaret fan, but let's call it spade a spade. It's the optics are, whether you like Margaret or not, whether you like Melissa and Gorga, whether you like Teresa, whoever, if you look at the optics, I'm just going by factual data, what we can see, not what we hear, what we can see is her ex-best friend, who cannot give us a valid reason why she turned on Margaret, except all we know is that she says that she has a black soul. Again, all her reasons are stupid. They make no sense. She says that Margaret's all these things. Okay, that's fine. Margaret be all those things, but then so are you now, okay? That doesn't make you not them things. So, again, people can say, well, Margaret, she learned from there, she learned from this, she learned from that. I don't care if she learned it. Like I said, I don't care if she knew that Melissa shoved 5 things up her, and Joe watched, and that's what she told her. Whatever. The information should not be coming from that person. You know what I'm saying? That information should have never been revealed, if it's even true. Who cares what the information is? It's the fact that this person, the intent behind all of this was not to get back at Margaret. It was literally to take down Joe and Melissa. And it was Teresa who wanted that to happen. And I guess Jennifer too. But again, talking about having a reputation, about digging in, the only person I see that's talking about the past is Teresa. Anyway, on the way to shopping, the ladies are discussing the relationships and cheating. This is where, again, it goes whacked out for me. Teresa says that cheating is a deal breaker. We know that Joe got caught screwing his secretary. This is not even alleged anymore. And she stayed with him anyway. So, all of the women, I'm sorry, Teresa said that cheating isn't a deal breaker because of that. That's right. When the conversation moves on and explains to Jen Fester how I did not as her and her ex-husband and Miss wound up divorced, Teresa admits that she never saw herself getting divorced except for after she lost her mom. And again, this is the one time with the Teresa I agree with her. She should have left Joe a long time ago. And the fact that not that they knew that her mom was going to be sick, but she was going to lose that year of her life. Again, you're the idiot that signed the paperwork. I know, I get it. You didn't mean it. I don't call her really a criminal. I just think she, like I said, her will's not that deep. So she did the right thing by ultimately leaving Joe. But that rationality makes sense. That the rationality process skill, like processing skills, make sense. And I'm like, well, that actually makes sense. But everything else that comes out of her mouth makes no sense. And I don't know who's worse, me or her, but whatever. Again, she continues on this amazing conversation about her mom and all that. And I'm like, how she went over and they went to visit Joe and she felt nothing for him. And I was like, good, thank God. It goes completely left, Teresa, because Teresa just doesn't know how to just hold a normal person conversation and, not be an asshole, not say something completely fucked up and not realize what you're saying. Because Rachel then asks Teresa, which not that big of a deal, are your kids close? Or your kids close with Melissa and Joe's kids, whatever. Teresa starts out. Now, again, I don't care that she stopped herself or whatever, because she stopped herself from saying it because she realized how fucked up it was. And the fact that she was going to say that and then turn around and say, well, I didn't say anything bad, she misses the entire point of what she was saying. Now, she begins to say all these things, all the things changed for her girls, meaning Gia, her 21-year-old daughter, that when Antonia, her 16-year-old little cousin, who's completely the opposite of Teresa's girls, like they're actually sweet, just completely innocent, completely just great kids, smart, kind, would never intentionally do anything to hurt their cousins, like not show up to their Sweet 16 or not show up to her church, whatever it was. Antonia didn't come to Melania's Sweet 16. And it's like Teresa since that's when things began to change, and it's like Melissa cuts her off and says, are you really going to blame Antonia now? And she tries to get backtrack. I'm not blaming her, even though it's exactly what she said. And she goes on to then blame her. Melania was hurt, and Melissa's like, are you really just going to go after her? And you're going to be that aunt? And it's like, everybody was probably cringing at that moment. Like, even Dolores in the after show was like, Teresa, like, she's not going to literally come out and tell Teresa in front of us how wrong she is, but I guarantee you behind closed doors she is, because she's that kind of friend. She's a loyal friend, Teresa, probably one of the only ones she has, and that's Teresa's fault, because we realize that Teresa, she just can't hold. She's the common denominator in every friendship. That she's the only other one that she had that was probably her most loyal, and that was Dina, and we know now that that's all fucked. And I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. It's a shame. It really is, because I also am the common denominator, but I have, if I told you I told you all the reasons, you would be like, you would too. You would stop talking to these people too. Again, I know that Melissa is tired of defending herself with Teresa, and it's hard to really sit there and try to defend yourself, because when you argue with Teresa, the dodo bird with her bird brain, like, she says things that make no sense, and it's like, Jesus Christ, if that's where you're at in this fight, and we, like, even if Melissa and Joe gave her all of, like, whatever in her, like, bird brain, gave her basically made her think she was right, and just, like, took tiny bit of accountability, they're still so far off from anything that, like, would make any sense to Teresa, that, like, they're just so far off. Teresa is so far disillusioned by whatever she thinks she's upset or mad at, that even arguing, defending anything she says anymore just isn't. I hate this guy. I'm just kidding. I heard you should leave. They were sweating like a whore in church, Kevin. You should have seen them. All sweating like whores in churches, I swear. But again, Melissa's done some whacked out shit, like off the show, that I don't agree with. But I agree with Teresa I agree with her when she's, like, just done arguing. She's just done. She's like, I'm not even. entertaining anything that she says. She literally tries so many times to just move on from the hurt that she feels or whatever from the way Teresa is. But there's just some things that just literally, it's like, oh my God, like Teresa, everybody in the entire freaking Sprinter van at that point were probably like telling her to stop talking or wanting her to stop talking when I'm talking about Teresa. And she's like, I don't want to be that aunt. Well, you're not being that aunt. Teresa is. And Teresa continues to say she's not that aunt, but continues to talk crap and act like it's Melania's. That it's Antonia's fault. And then on the after show, then it becomes Rachel's fault. It becomes Rachel's fault for asking about the kids. Instead of saying, Teresa, you'll never take accountability, so whatever. And then when Melissa says back to her, she adds fuel to the fire, which again, she's making lots of sense, but you're not including, you're setting a real example, Teresa, by excluding me and my children, your nieces and nephews out of your wedding. And then having all these randoms and your own, your daughters, your new in-laws, all in these, and then these people that you meet down the street in the wedding and at the wedding. Come on. You guys are you starting to not see why, besides the finale, why they didn't get to this wedding? I mean, everything that happens between them is ridiculous. I mean, like, at this point, they need to take it off the goddamn show and go to therapy. I keep saying this because I am also realizing we only have, 1 or 2 episodes left, and I don't remember really any storyline. We haven't talked about any other storylines. This is all we're seeing. And I'm still, all I want to know is what happened with Pizzagate. Like, I already know, but I need more answers. And it's like, why do I even care? It's just crazy. And Melissa basically saying that you're not making us an example, blah, blah, blah. We're far beyond that. We're way past that, Melissa. We're way past that, because I know that Melissa only cares and is only hurt for Joe. She's not blind to the fact that Teresa has been, cheating gate, stripper gate, secretly trying to destroy their marriage. And she wants them to go and support her new marriage when she's been trying to actively destroy theirs and basically saying, take them down, like whatever. And again, I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm not saying anything that you guys aren't seeing on TV. So again, Teresa is trying in her confessional to make it clear that she was never trying to, she shall never, and also to herself and us, she was not trying to say anything bad about Antonia. And the ladies know that wasn't her intention. And Melissa doesn't believe that at all, which I don't either, because of the way she started the conversation, the way she started it. Well, Antonia, and then she's going to continue on and say, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, why she's doing it. Again, this is like another thing. It's like, hypocrite. You're an asshole. You got your whole campus calling people this and that as you're doing the same thing. And then you're saying that you're not that aunt as you're being that aunt. I mean, let's be real. Like, Rachel's not the shit starter here. Rachel's the most logical one. And that's kind of an issue, because it's like, you can't be logical and reasonable and non-drama free when you're on a housewife show. And poor goddamn Rachel. She's just trying to literally be the great mom that she's being, the logical friend that she is, the logical family, the family, the mom, the boss, everything that she is, her amazing family. And it's like, all we can do is find reasons to, like, keep talking about Judas and Gorga. It's taking up the entire show. And anything that we do say about Rachel, not me, but I've been hearing, is all like, oh, she's making this her storyline. Oh, she's doing this for storyline. We can't even get into that. We can't even get into her storyline or anybody's storyline, because we're too busy with this horse shit. And it's taking over. So, again, touche. I hope she does. I want to know more. I want to know more about everybody else. We never found out about anything else. All we have talked about this entire time, and I'm just as guilty, is this shit. So, again, I don't understand. Dolores gets pissed off. I get it. When the conversation turns to the possibility of them being engaged, she's extremely happy, and I think she can finally, like, think about that stuff. And I definitely don't think that she wants to have a big wedding. I agree with her after watching Teresa's thing. Well, you know what? Let's not go by anything that Teresa does, because we know that Teresa is a dodo bird. And we just can't go by anything. Because, of course, she's sickly looking. She's I don't know if it's stress or I don't know. I would maybe not eat things that Louis prepares for her. Just saying, she seems to be getting sick a lot often, like, more than you guys even see. Like I hear she's been sick a lot. Not only like her whatever happened with her appendix, who knows, all kinds of things are going on. Why should she be stressed? She's in a love bubble. She's the happiest she's ever been. She has a whole new family. He's also claiming that he has nothing to lose. He's sleeping. He's like Norman Bates, sleeping in her supposedly not a pair of no-nos pajamas, but he's sleeping in them anyway because it makes people feel safe and warm. But they're not. See what I mean? And then that whole rule la la. One, if you did own rule la la, what is that real? What does that even mean? What are you talking about? Did you lose $500 million on Sunday from rule la la? And then but all the love you have in the world doesn't add up to that. But then you don't own rule la la, you have nothing to do with it. They came out and said they don't even know who you are. So what was that all even about? Again, Teresa, as much as I can't, you're just who you are who you are. I wouldn't eat any food that he prepares for you. I'm getting like weird vibes. Weird, not wrong, weird. Just saying. Yeah, I don't know. But oh my God, yeah. And then I love the fact that Dolores is now living. She reveals to everybody she's living with Paulie. I'm like, his house looks like a restaurant. His house looks amazing. I had no idea I didn't know where he lived. And I still can't figure out kind of where the area is. But I thought when they were walking out on his patio that they were at a restaurant. Like it looked like a Vanderpump Gardens type deal. I was like, oh my God, they're at his house. That's amazing. Back at the castle though, Melissa calls Joe and tells him about Teresa and how they brought up the drama, and he calls it exactly right. This is what I've been saying this whole time. She is trying to make it so she doesn't want them at the wedding, and you know that. She's trying to make it so when they don't want to go, and like I said last year, they have emotional boundaries they have to put up, just like Dina and her husband. And to go to the wedding with Broadway cameras and all that would be crossing them, having there's cameras there, and then the emotional boundaries of just everything that she does. I mean, like, you guys, she's not telling you everything that she has done. Okay, I'm talking about the Bitter Betty lunch, all of it. We just have to take Kim D's word for it, which I am taking. Kim doesn't lie. She's confirmed the whole Strippergate thing. Again, Teresa now is mad at Kim D for. First of all, Kim D's been saying it she's been telling the truth on your lady, Teresa, for years. And I would watch it because she's pissed now. And Teresa, Kim knows, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that Kim says. There's a lot of stuff that Kim D doesn't say that I don't think you want her to say. And she's pissed, and all bets are off, and I wouldn't blame her. And I don't even have to say, Kim's pissed. And when she gets dragged on social media for now again, people are saying that Kim D was too angry and they stopped following the Behind the Velvet Rope, stopped watching it because of the way that Kim reacted to Teresa talking shit on her. And I'm sitting there watching it like, wow. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, that's just that's literally nothing. I mean, I say the same things about her and I get just as but you guys mistake it all for anger, and it's just like, no, it's just the way we speak, and I guess it comes off. And I've had a couple people mistake me this week for being angry when really it's just repeating yourself over and over again, and you're like, it just, I don't know. I would be I'd be worried because I was like, I had and also with the Melissa Gorga thing on Watch What Happens Live, people thought that was bad. And like, she's literally for the first time, Andy's not kissing their asses, and she wasn't like being nasty, and that's just literally, he does know who Laura is. He doesn't like Laura. That's why he acted like he has no idea who the hell she was. So again, if you want to call that a lie, you want to say that she's lying, she's not. Again, Andy's bringing up all the same things that everybody else does. It's just annoying, whatever. But, Teresa's goal is for them to not want to go to the wedding and then make them look bad like she did and blame everything on that. But now, as we can say, I hope God, you guys are saying that really, not even bringing up Pizzagate or Strippergate or Cheatinggate or all that, just watching what the hell they're like, the way they're acting on the camera, like the way they're acting here. Teresa literally is saying it's all them, it's all them, it's all them. But every time she's having a good time or a good, an event where they're getting along, she's back talking shit on Melissa in the confessional, talking shit on back home to everybody else, and it's like, okay. If anything, I'm screaming at the TV going, hello, Better Betty, like, hello, like, Teresa, Kim D's right. Like, all Kim said was, yes, Teresa, you are the one who literally, you knew about Strippergate, you set it up. They've been saying it for years, literally been saying it for years. That, to me, that's justification, Teresa, that you're a fucking liar. And you think that you're validated for the whole, not knowing that got put on the show, blah, blah, blah. It's like ridiculous, again. The whole conversation about boobs and breast implants was a nice break from the drama, but again, it goes sour when Danielle and Rachel finds out that Danielle did call her a rat. And again, she says, however, she was merely having her friends back. But we're getting to the end. So she accuses Danielle of being influenced by what others think of Margaret. That's exactly what Danielle says she didn't do. It starts getting really extremely heated and about this whole thing about how Danielle is believing what she hears about Margaret instead of making her own decisions, and that's exactly what she should be doing. She completely is judging her on the arsenal comment when we've already said this a million times. What do you mean she has an arsenal? Again, an arsenal is something that you use against like your enemy. Like you hold something up in here, or whatever. You hold it until you put it in a box, and then you just go and you use it against somebody that you don't like. I guess I don't fucking know. It sounds like that's what you guys do. Again, all the things that Laura repeated, that she supposedly said that Margaret is the one who repeated all this stuff and told a bunch of people this stuff. No, Laura, you're the only one who repeated anything that you've ever heard from Margaret. And everything that you say you've heard from Margaret, I know for a fact that you got it on the blogs. Everything that you said Margaret told you, she might have told you, but everything that you said, I call you no new news, Laura, that you about supposedly Bill knew that he heard the cheating rumor in his house before it was ever brought up, and we know that Laura heard that on social media. She also said that just all the things that you can find on Reddit or watching the show. Laura says that Margaret told her. It was nothing that it was no new news. It was nothing. What you did is the whole optics of you became a disgusting little grimy rat, like the worst of the worst, like the worst, the worst type of human, became that person. And actually rats have gain, at least when you rat, like it's for like some kind of gain, like when you get out of trouble or something, like that's still the worst kind of human ever. It's still disgusting and makes me, I can't even deal with it. It just covers snakes, it covers so many things that I can't fare with. But like when you're actually calling somebody else that, and you're that actual person, like that's what you are, it's just like mind blowing to me. So, yeah. But if Danielle wants to think that she's validated by taking Margaret's, then taking Laura's word for it, and taking Margaret, like basically running her over the bus with it, and bringing up the whole thing to Jennifer, and Jennifer then repeating it on camera when she said that this was done to me last year, and it turns into we're supposed to be mad at Marge. We're all supposed to be mad at Marge, right? Because Marge is the one who supposedly repeated some information, some weird, which again, the whole thing is repeated, if she even did or not, to her best friend. Why is that even a big deal? We shouldn't even be questioning the fact that she tells her best friend everything. Am I going to start questioning all of you because you tell your best friend things? No. What you should be questioning is when the best friend goes and runs their mouth about it. That's the question. And see what I mean? Does anybody not like when I understand? I would be screaming at the table. I would be doing all the things. Because when Margaret and Jennifer go back and forth, they are so triggered by each other, which I agree now. And I agree with the fact that they should be. But again, just stay away from each other, because Marge apologizes, like I said last week. I didn't agree with Marge calling her a disheveled drug addict because she has kids. She's not a disheveled drug addict by what we would consider a disheveled drug addict. She smokes marijuana at nighttime. And then Margaret says, well, she is disheveled, but she's not a drug addict. I'm glad she clarified that, but the damage is done. And I'm glad she apologizes. But then Jennifer is never going to apologize for everything that she's ever done by just being a rat, being a complete, like I keep saying, I kind of question Jennifer, like, where are you from? Really? Like, where do you drink? Because you've never acted like you're from here. You can be on a reality TV show and not be grimy off camera, because you're grimy off camera. And when you accept the apology and then call Marge I don't even know what this word is, so fucking weird, Boogaloof. She says it so like she knows it's going to land. It's going to be the funniest thing ever, Boogaloof. And everybody's like, And even the freaking, the whole definition of Boogaloof, somebody who's ugly on the inside. So are we saying that she's a Boogaloof because you think that she doesn't know the meaning of the word? Because it's a big word? Are you saying she's ugly on the inside? I don't know what we're saying that for, but if we're saying that a Boogaloof is somebody who's pretty on the outside and ugly on the inside, that's what a Real Housewife really kind of is. Like, they're all beautiful, glitz and glammy on the outside, but to be a Real Housewife franchise, just saying, not putting any cities, just say any city, you got to be somewhat of a grimy person, right? And unless you don't need the money or the show or the fame, and you just want to, showcase being a boss-ass mom, a working mom who does it all and runs her family like Rachel, who's logical and actually knows how to be a real friend and has real relationships. And now it's like you want to drag her for like the great things that she's doing because you can't find anything wrong with her. I agree, it's stupid, but if you take into consideration all the other stuff that we know that has actually factual data has been done by, like, Teresa and all the other ones. I mean, Rachel's, we'll never know because, again, we can't get into anybody else's life or drama because we're all so exhausted and completely taken over by Gorga. And be a reminder, maybe reminding myself that I have to go live at 6. Yeah, so going to selling, I guess I say every week. Same thing I say every week. We not see, like, just looking at the optics, not even my personal opinion. Teresa is not, like, she's just not that smart. Her processing skills suck. And even when she hurts people's feelings, she doesn't realize what she's saying, and then she can't empathize or be sorry for what she said, even when she's told that she's wrong and it's morally wrong and it should be bothersome to her that she said it. She still doesn't get it. So how can you make anything right with somebody who is just doesn't know how to have a normal conversation, argument? I kind of feel bad for even saying all that, but like, I understand Teresa a little bit when it comes to her reactionary. I just can't get past having no empathy, because even when I react and I flip out in the moment, even if it's valid, I still shouldn't say the nasty things I say or get as upset and want to like set people on fire. But I also am not going to sell to you guys that I'm going to go to counseling and therapy for 6 months and still act exactly the same. I'm not going to sell you and tell you it's going to change me. I've tried, it's not happening. I can only keep trying, but I'm not going to try to sell that to you guys like Teresa does. I don't know what therapist has been seeing her for 6 months and hasn't picked up on the fact that you're getting her side of the story. And if she's trying to sell you that it's all her, and it's all Joe and not her, Gorga, then I think you need your money back. But I also am a little worried about her. I feel like if we're going to get anybody off the show to get rid of the Gorga for a few days, it's going to have to be the Gorgas, because I feel like we need eyes on Teresa. I feel like after the whole, not even that this whole reel was a big deal. It's only a big deal because it just adds to the weirdness. And I just, that the Norman Bates of it all. Like hashtag, wearing no-nose pajamas. Again, sell it all you want, Teresa, trying to say that they weren't an old pair of no-nose pajamas. They were a new pair that he never wore. That would make that statement irrelevant. It wouldn't make sense, because how would a pair of random ass pajamas when some guy my dad married make me feel safe and warm and remind me of my grandfather's? My grandfather never wore them, and I've never seen them in it. So why would that make me feel safe and warm? Again, it's the way he said it and his intention behind it to me is some Norman Bates shit. That was like, okay, I could probably go and be okay with that if we didn't follow up with like all the other stuff, like the rule la la. Again, if he did own rule la la, what did all that even mean? What were you even saying? What? $500 million on Sunday, but rule la la, but that doesn't make a difference. Did we ever wonder why there's a Kyle Mertz? But his last name spelled rule la la. Did we ever wonder why? And that doesn't add up to all the things that he has with somebody, and he's wearing a man bun. So I know it's an old clip, but again, what? You don't even rule la la doesn't know who you are. I'm confused. Teresa, I don't know what to say. I know that it's going to be hard to see. Maybe we're projecting. Maybe I'm projecting. Maybe he's not that bad. Maybe he's just a sensitive guy who's trying to become her dad. I don't know. I'm also going to add in, I'm going to remind you guys that he also does kiss the girls hello when he comes in the room. He kisses her daughters hello. To me, I mean, my stepdad has been my stepdad basically my entire life. And I would maybe possibly do that here and there. But even, like, I just find it odd that you've only known me. I don't know. Like, look, I'm a very touchy-feely person. I get it. But, like, to me, that just adds, knowing Gia, and then I don't know how they don't think that's weird. I know at this point they're trying to see all the love bubble. They're just trying to see, have no problem with the Lou dog love. But it all goes fucking left when you find out about all the business dealings that he's gotten himself into. It just, to me, Pizzagate, just say, look, you got 3 family members that shouldn't be in business with each other at all. I don't know who in the right delusional effing Jersey mind thought that was a good idea. But especially if this was back when you just met Louie. And hey, me and my sister, we wanted to go into business, so we're going to do this thing. Lou Dog, on behalf of his girlfriend at the time, future wife, Teresa, brother of other person, I'll be the big shot and put up the first 250. He was the first one to speak, right? They probably needed 250 for the ovens. He just happened to be the first one to speak. I'm pretty sure that Joe Gorga would have either put up 250 first. I don't know. It would have all been worked out. Okay, great. Again, if we're admitting that it's Teresa and Joe's idea to begin with, Lou Dog is just acting on behalf of Teresa, putting up that money in lieu of Teresa. But then goes and I don't know what happens. It turns into, without Joe Gorga knowing, it turns into skinny Italian, not no, something. Boxes are ordered. All this stuff is done. Joe Gorga then has not invested any money. Thank God that he hasn't, because if they went and did this behind his back and he invested money, that's a problem. But then when he questions them about it, Teresa screams, well, you didn't put any money in it because your dude was the first to speak. And if Lou Dog's only going to give him 5% and he's not putting up any money, then okay, how did Louis lose the money? Keep moving with your idea. Keep going with your skinny Italian. Keep going with the deal. Keep going with the pizza ovens. Whatever if you already put the money out and you weren't thinking you're getting any money from Joe, then keep on going with the deal. If there's some kind of thing saying that Joe's copywriting, to me, skinny pizza, Italian, whatever, that was not Gorga's thing anyway. So why didn't we go into this? Who knows? To me, it's not Joe Gorga's fault that this asshole puts up the 250 or the 133, whatever it is, to then try to sell us on. I can't see how this would go and make this any other, how this could be the Gorga's fault. I just can't see how it could be. Margaret owning the ovens, she bought the ovens off eBay. Who knows why? I don't know. Maybe to prove this whole Louis thing wrong. Who knows? I hope so, because I feel like you just watch the show and you see what I'm saying. But I don't know. There's only 5 of you guys here. I guess this was a last minute thing to do this, and I guess I'm just going to do Vanderpump tomorrow. Probably going to do it earlier, probably 4:30, because we do this. My thing was done. But yeah, I don't know. There's not really anybody here. I don't have much more to say. Anybody? I see comments. I see everybody that's here, but nobody's really saying much. So yeah, again, like, what else can we say? Like, I'm actually, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm actually looking forward to talking about Beverly Hills again. I was actually a little like, I was like, oh, some Beverly Hills stuff, even though I haven't really dug into any social media about anybody else's franchises. But it's like it was a welcome distraction to see somebody talk anything about it, even if it's something that I completely don't even give a shit about. Erica's already taken 20 years off our lives. The Gorg is probably top 10. So that's that. That's the episode. I don't really have much more to say. Nobody's really here, but there is, but nobody's saying anything. So I don't know. Gabby, I know that I didn't wait for your notes. I forgot that I when I watched the episode last night, I just did a little bit, so that's how I recapped it. So you don't have to do them if you see this. I'll let you know. You don't have to do the notes for me. For that, just finger pump. No, guys, I'm not bossy, but she's my great good friend, my life coach, my assistant in life, my assistant here, my assistant. And she's awesome. And when I wouldn't be able to do all these recaps and like do these lives, even though I'm still struggling with my words and getting through them, I'll get better. But I wouldn't be able to do 3 in a row like I've been doing, like without their help and parents. So anyway, whoever's here, thanks for coming. I'm not going to call you out because you didn't subscribe. And thank you for subscribing. People that did subscribe. And I'm still trying to use it. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm like make sure you hit the notification. Blah blah blah. Like, comment, subscribe. All the Facebook, I see you guys. Twitter, I see you guys. Thank you. That's it. This was Jersey. Wait, one more thing. We haven't seen Frank. We haven't seen a lot of Frank. I'm noticing social media is not the stories I am saying. People are very upset about that, and I get it. We're almost to the Teresa's wedding, and we have gotten very little of our. Oh, thanks. I know this was unexpected. This is all right, guys. This is my sister-in-law, Lauren Montag, that's up here right now. She will be at Zach's show with us next week. So everybody say hi, Lauren. You guys will meet her next week. She'll be at the show. Her and her friend Kelly, which I'm so excited about that they're coming. I cannot wait. Yeah. So next Thursday we will be at the City Winery in Philly. Robert Brothers Podcast and Zach are hosting the night out, and we'll be in the VIP. So. And we're not going to talk about the other people that will be there because they're not my guests any longer. So, yay. We'll all be there. Oh, and my friend Renee, too. You guys always see Renee shows up, too, in here. And hello, Terry. I know. I saw people, like, and now people are coming in. Now I'm seeing, like, them right up a little bit. I know. I was going to say that. I didn't post. We didn't do a new episode yet. We didn't upload it yet this week, but we're getting there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to say why, but we're getting there. It's my fault, though. But anyway, yeah. So next Thursday, right? Is it? I always say dates, but yeah. I'm excited. I'm so excited because now this one's only 15 minutes from here. And you guys know, like, New York is, from where I'm at here, it's like an hour away. An hour and 40 minutes. And it's such a thing. It's such a hassle. But this is so easy. It's like literally 15 minutes, not even. So I'm excited, and I'm excited that my fams and my friends are coming. Cool. And what else? And I know that you're listening, Lauren. Is Matt? I don't know if Madden's there. My niece Madden. So I love her, and Brand. I love you guys, and my brother. Love him. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. And I love that you're listening while you're cleaning. And yeah, who else is here? Let me see. Terry, Kevin. I don't know what that means, but like I said, they were sweating like the boys in church that they are. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna end it because. Yeah. Oh man, I love her. I miss her. That's my niece, Maddie. I can't wait till she turns 21 now. She can come with us. Right? Exactly. See, guys, it's not, see, you guys, I swear, I'm not lying when I tell you that my ass is in bed, usually by 6 or 7 o'clock. And if I'm not sleeping, I'm lying there. And when you see, one of the contractors said to me today, he's like, you message me like 4 or 5 in the morning. He's like, I'm not going to answer you. I'm like, don't worry about it, dude. I do my best at 4 in the morning when I'm up before she goes to work. From like 4 to 12, I'm at my best. Don't ask me why I can't get to these till the afternoon, but that's when I'm like my most active. And see, I'm not. I am. I'm really. You guys know that my eyes are usually closed by now. Like I'm already fading right now. It's almost 7 o'clock. Yeah, it's a long. This is a long one, but all right. I love you guys. All of you. Subscribe, comments, share, replay crew. And like I said, we're not going to do Ultimate Girls Trip. So we're not going to do Ultimate Girls Trip, which is actually good because I won't be here Thursday anyway. So we are short a franchise. We're short a live, but we're going to need a new show coming up. I'm going to need a new one for the week after that. I'm hoping something drops. I don't know. Tara, do you even know like what comes up? I don't know. It's probably like Beverly Hills or something, right? I should know this shit. But anyway, whatever's replacing Ultimate Girls Trip, I don't know yet. Give me some ideas, guys. All right. I love you guys. See you later. I keep saying that, but happy 420, by the way. Oh my God, this is the first completely legal 420. Look, now there's like 30 million people here. Now I can't really go. I don't really want to now because now I got people to talk to. Not that you guys, I wasn't talking to you guys, but look, it's exciting. But happy 420. It's the first legal 420. Completely legal. Marijuana was legal for medical reasons last 420, I think. It was, yes. But I can't remember exactly when recreational became legal, but I know it wasn't last 420. But yeah, happy 420. And yes, I have not seen it. Wait, has it started, Terry? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Because I'm over summer. I haven't done regular Summer House in so long. But I would love to do that. If it hasn't dropped yet, it's going to be on Peacock, right? And definitely, that's a good idea. I was going to do, I love Breaking Amish. Have you guys ever seen Breaking Amish? So the Breaking Amish is like this show where they become, they decide if they want to be English or not, but it's been the same characters since it began. I mean, just a few new ones here and there, but I am so addicted to it. Like, so, Aaron, you're here. Yay. Now you guys are all back. Now I'm not really going to go. Did you smoke, Jay? I used to be I've always been an all day, everyday smoker. But when I worked, I didn't smoke. I didn't know drugs before I used to go to work. And now I smoke all day long. But it used to make me retarded and fall asleep. But like, I'm munching on a pound of like edible candy over here all day. It's not really doing much. And look, do I look high? I mean, I might look high. I don't know. I always have the high voice. George always says, like, don't even ask me if I'm high. You know I'm high. But sometimes I go more. I'm looking for my edible candy right now. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys because it's funny. I wanted to show you the shade. It's all gummies. Where is it? You smoked and passed out. That's so funny. Aaron, I know Aaron doesn't smoke, but Aaron's here, guys. Aaron, like I said, I definitely always thank Aaron and Gabby. Definitely Aaron and Gabby. Like, keep me kind of in mind. I know Aaron doesn't smoke, but happy 420. Oh yeah, this is the pound of candy. It's like edible gummy stuff. But because I always love candy. I'm saying I don't smoke regular flower anymore. I was saying that I wasn't getting me high anymore. But then when I do smoke it now here and there, when somebody has it, I probably would pass out. That's probably why I don't pass out when I smoke them things. I don't even smoke these or anything like that. I'm talking my mouth full. Non-functional. I mean non-functional. I used to dip out. And then it was like I was like doing like dope or something. Oh my God, I swear to God, I'm like nodding out. And then it stopped getting me high. And then I switched to these. And now I feel like I'm not really overly high. Probably only at night. And like the whole day. And when we smoke these at City Winery, we were smoking them in the building and they weren't even saying anything, which I thought was pretty cool. So, yeah, I could be completely delusional. You guys will tell me if I seem high all the time. I mean, you know that I am because I smoke, but like, do I appear to be that way? And Lauren, my sister-in-law knows if I didn't smoke weed, it'd be very dangerous for her. everyone. It's like hazardous for your guys' health if I don't smoke marijuana. Just saying, I'm not kidding. It also not a gateway drug for me. It actually keeps me off the other shit. But anyway, happy 420. And oh my God, everybody's here now and I don't want to go because I swear, even though I'm not engaging, I miss Adam's family. I miss our Adam's family. But no, I'm not actively engaging in Adam's lives, but I miss everyone, so I don't really want to go yet. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? I'm sure so many people here. I got Twitter people here. I guess everybody's starting to see this. Got some examples. And I say this a lot, but the person that likes to text me while I'm live and tell me about myself, again, I'm an open book, so anything you say or think I haven't said, they know everything about me. So nice try. No questions? Oh, the podcast. I'll have a new episode this week. Super excited to see Zach next week. Thinking about going to his Dirty 30, which would require me to fly across the country, probably by myself. But I want to start doing more things, and if I'm going to go anywhere, it would probably be his birthday. And if I'm going to go anywhere, it would be California, where he is. One, because I've always wanted to go there. And two, if I'm going to go there, I might as well go see Zach and go to his party. But that is literally right now. That was probably like a thought that I thought about it. I really want to do it. I'd be pushing myself, and I would I would be forcing myself to do it. But like I told him, if anybody, I would do it for him. And I really want to start forcing myself to be more sociable. Not that I was a sociable person anyway. I had horrible anxiety when it comes to being in social situations. I'm an empath. I appear to be angry all the time, but I'm also just picking up everybody's energy, and it sticks to me and makes me miserable. Shay, I don't even talk about this. No. Not for any other reason other than I had a whole panic attack before I left the whole thing with the way I was it was a whole thing. Basically what happened at BravoCon when I lost my shit and hit my head. Basically I had another I didn't want to get in the Uber, okay? I thought the Uber driver was going to murder me, and I jumped out of the Uber. I told the guy to pull over. I had a horrible feeling that he was going to kidnap me and murder me. Probably he wasn't. I'm sure he probably wasn't. I'm sure he's probably a really nice guy. But I felt that it was a sign, and I turned around and came home. I wasn't going to bring that up because it's embarrassing. But yeah, I convinced myself the Uber driver was going to kidnap me. So I couldn't go. And I was very upset with myself. Very upset. But I'm not going to miss Philly. I'm not going to miss it. I'm devastated that I missed it. I'm laughing now at myself because it was quite funny. I mean, I'm sure the guy probably thought I was a lunatic. I probably was thinking to himself, you're probably the one who's going to murder me, and thank God. This bitch is nuts. I mean, I know. I'm a horrible person. No, I didn't act I didn't come out. Literally, I didn't accuse him of that. I just told him to pull over or to pull into Wawa. And then I told him that I changed my mind. And it was probably obvious that I was it was him. I don't know. I didn't say that to him, but it was obvious that I didn't want to drive this guy. I don't know. It was horrible. I know. I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. I even said to Lindsay before this, I was this is the first time that I'm going to attempt to go that far by myself. Look, I'm not a whole adult, okay? I swear to God, I'm not a real adult. I just look like one. I feel where's my mom and dad? I don't like to try. It's weird. It's I feel I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm not a whole adult or something. I don't know. But it happened, and I panicked, and it was. Look, I've been in an Uber like for 5 minutes, and I've convinced myself that I was going to get kidnapped. Look, they probably nobody wants me. I know that. Like I know that, but I don't know. And then I was like, that drive is a really long drive, and I was like, oh my god. Even if it was my look, I don't know. That's what happened. I feel horrible. I really wanted to see Kim. Really wanted to meet David. And I know they had a good time. I know Lens is mad at me, but she was still there. She had a great time. She is supposedly, I think she's coming here either Memorial Day weekend to Jersey for the shore, or like soon after that, or like right around then. So that'll be fun. And yeah, so she's probably not happy. She understands, but what was I going to say? Yeah, the event. So what I was saying was, I know that my anxiety gets to me, and I know I have that issue, and that was probably just the drive. And you guys know, Erin. Remember, I said, you're like, what is wrong with you with last year with spilling tea live tour? And I'm like, you'll see. And I spilled the whole thing at the Step and Repeat, and there's just some bull in a china shop. I just shit like that just gives me. I always do that to myself, and I know it's a real big. It would be a huge thing. I know. I thought that to myself, but then I was like, if I had somebody that was traveling with me, like say I was able to like talk somebody to coming and flying out there with me, I would probably be a little bit better. Again, I can't promise I'll get on the plane. Like I would have to find a way to get safe. I got to really think about it, but I feel like I probably should. I really would love to give his birthday. He's like one of my biggest supporters. Him and Adam are always one of my biggest supporters. So, I agree though, Terry. But yeah, but I also I always see this. I would have to convince myself. I would have to probably fly, and I don't want to. Or maybe I could get there a different way. I couldn't even drive to Florida for 18 hours. So I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But like I would, if once I was there, and if I had somebody, obviously I'd be in where he, where Zach lives, so I wouldn't be completely alone. But if I had somebody to travel with me, and not just, just to know that I had somebody there from here or traveling with me that doesn't live there besides that, you know what I mean? I would maybe be okay, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. It's still like a month away or 2 months away. But yeah, you're right. And the whole, and you're right, because like with this whole, with me and my recaps and having the notes and stuff, like I'm doing the ADHD therapy. As much as I feel like it was working, maybe it's not as much as or I'm just not implementing when I'm doing my recaps, what I'm learning. And also that's my sister-in-law, but it is kind of late, and I've been speaking at this point. And it's probably a lot to do with the fact that I'm rambling. So, but yeah, Terry, I know, Shay. Poor guy. I mean, hey, the guy got out of having to drive all the way to New York and having to hear my mouth the entire time. But yes. Actually, I have gotten him a birthday, I actually got him a Christmas present a year ago, and I did not bring it to New York last year. I forget why. It was too big. I didn't want to ruin it. And I planned on mailing it to him, but I feel like I'm going to give it to him for his 30th birthday. Even if I don't go, I might give it to him anyway in Philly, because I've had it for a while. I'll have to show it to you, Terry. It's a painting. And a friend of mine painted it randomly, and just one day it was on her Facebook, and I was like, I need that. I need to give that to my friend. Like, it's perfect. It would be, if you saw it when I showed it to you, Erin, you'll also laugh. Like, you'll be like, oh my God, that's a perfect gift. I'll have to show you. I'll send you a picture of it. Yeah. So, but my whole thing was like, I really want to go. Like, I do want to go out there, not just, just for that, but people out there that we know, other podcasters and friends that we have out there. I just want to. Plus, I want to go to Star Alley. I think this might help me get over the whole scandal of it all. If I smoke a cigarette, not that I smoke cigarettes, fake smoke cigarette in Star Alley, go to the Crudy's bathroom that Jack's F was in, that he had sex with Laura Lee in, and my third thing was to get a shot. made by Tom Sandoval at Sir or Ariana. And at this point, I don't want any shot from Tom Sandoval. Maybe Ariana, though. Then I'm just saying, kill two birds with one stone. It might heal my Sandoval scars by going out there. Get to see Zach on his 30th, his dirty 30 party, which, like I said, if I'm going to go there, I might as well go, for that, or somebody that, kill two birds with one stone. But on the other note, me traveling and having to go by myself, couldn't even get to New York because I convinced myself, like I said, that the Uber driver was going to kill me. I would probably convince myself that the plane was going to crash and all those things would happen. So, yeah, I don't know. No matter what I do, I'm going to have anxiety over it. But it might be a big step just to go to LAX. Yeah, LAX might be the actual hill that I die on. That place might actually kill me because I know that place is stressful. I haven't been in an airplane since my senior year in high school, or senior trip. 9/11 happened. As much as I know that I'm not going to say that, but as much as I don't agree with how it happened, I definitely don't want to be, in that kind of situation. I would be the one that it happens to. I'd be the one that they, like Alanis Morissette says. What else? So we were talking about Jersey, and now we're over that. Exhausted with it. I don't even, whatever. I mean, are you guys even watching it still? Is anybody even enjoying watching Jersey? I kind of enjoy it only a little bit when because every time we see Teresa and she says something stupid, I'm just like, I feel a little less crazy and more valued. But then again, I'm exhausted by it. And when I looked forward to hearing something, when I heard something about Beverly Hills and got excited for a second, I was like, oh God, oh no. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. Teresa only got one episode for her wedding special. So is it even called a wedding special, or is it just the last episode? Don't call me a flip-flopper, guys. I don't flip-flop. I just call it like I see it. I can't, it's not my fault that, people can't stand consistently in their truth. And 1 week they're one way, and then next week they're, you know what I mean? If literally you can't stay consistent, and I got 1 week I'm, on your side, and the next week I don't agree with what you're doing, that's what a real friend does. Real friends really aren't supposed to hold your secrets. They're supposed to, or protect your secrets. They're supposed to protect your integrity. But, on the other hand, when you have somebody like Margaret Josephs and Laura Lee, and that she's supposed to protect her integrity, she ruined her integrity and spilled her secrets. So, yeah. Like I always say, I will literally have your back in public, but behind closed doors, when you fuck up, you best bet that I'm telling you about it. And all of my friends know that about me. I don't literally, and then sometimes I won't even defend them in public. I just won't say anything like Dolores. I just say nothing because that's the right thing to do. But behind closed doors, you best bet you're effing up. And especially if you get me caught up in something and I find out, I don't want to know. Listen, I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know if you're doing anything wrong. I don't want to know about it. Like Tom Schwartz. I don't want to be Tom Schwartz. I don't want to be put in a position where I have to either perjure myself one day or I just don't even know. I don't know. I don't want to know. La 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 la. Like I said, I'll engage in all. I'll engage in it. I'll do it. Whatever. I don't want to know where you got it, who you bought it from, who you stole it to, where you got it from, who stole it. I don't care. I don't know. We need to know the trail of where it came from. I don't care. I don't want to know. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to know anything. People always call and try to tell me shit. Again, I don't hear it. Earmuffs. So, the Tom Sandoval of it all, the whole Schwartz of it all. I'm like, and then Teresa acting because she didn't repeat the information. She just had the information and did nothing about it. That's a different story. That is something that literally, if I heard that and I knew that my brother-in-law or my brother and my sister-in-law, if that was, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine. I can't help myself but to get angry at the person that would hurt my brother and my sister-in-law. Honestly, I can't help but get reactive and want to literally set your ass on fire for wanting to hurt my family. Literally. But then it's I find it completely baffling when it happens. And Teresa's just like secretly excited and secretly waiting, and secretly loving the fact that her brother and sister-in-law are being together. That's what I mean. Like, it's baffling to me. I can explain her and understand her reactionary, like, because that's how everybody really kind of is there on the show, and that's how kind of we all are. But when after that, I can't defend anything she does or says. So yeah, no, I'm not a flip flopper. No, nope. I just literally, I don't even. I'm not even team. I'm not team Melissa Berg anymore either. I'm a Joe fan. That's it. Right? As I said, like, you're literally like, it's crazy. I don't want to know. I think at this point they're both assholes. I'm tired of it. Get off TV. Get into therapy, both of you, and then have it together. If you're ever going to come back together, at this point, it's not worth it. Like they say about narcissists, your therapist will tell you to run. You can't just grow empathy. I don't think Trish is a narcissist. She just has no empathy. There's no fixing how she feels, and I don't know. Like I said, don't know really why she's so hateful and angry. And I think it's gotten worse since she met Louis. Don't understand. I thought that it does make sense that she should be better and happier. Yes, flip out when people were talking last year. That's different. She thought her love, that was annoying. I agreed with her last year. Stop talking about him. Stop talking about stuff. They didn't need to talk about him. It was out there. That's the only time I was ever team Teresa. I realize that now. But I can't even. There's nothing I could defend. Nothing. I got nothing. I'm over it. I'm like Andy. I'm annoyed. I don't, it's good. They have to be separated at this point. I agree with him. They need to be separated. And I feel like we need to have eyes on Teresa. If anything, I feel like if you're a Teresa fan, you should be worried about her. I'm a little concerned. She looks sickly. She doesn't look healthy. She's been sick a lot. I think it's more than stress. Crucify me now. Drag me in the comments. I feel like she shouldn't be eating any prepared food by him. That's all I'm saying. Do not eat any prepared food by a blue dog. He is another thing. He's also her manager now. That's what his job is. Her manager. All checks made out to him. All of Teresa's money gets made out to Louis. Hey, they're married. My husband, maybe. I don't know what he. We share a bank account. We share our money. I feel, though, that he said when he says to Joe, I have nothing to lose, he might not have anything left to lose. I don't know what's going on with his telemarketing thing. Could he still be the owner of this telemarketing place? Probably. Could he be making money off of it? Probably. Do I understand losing $500 million on Sunday and la la, and him being Teresa's manager and all the money gets put into his? I'm sorry, the hashtag with the pajamas, like, just literally said. I just said last week, I am not going to question Lou. I'm only questioning the whole pajama thing. And then there was the la la. Then there was finding out he's her manager. Then finding out the dude never goes to work. And then finding out that Teresa pays her. That's all allegedly. Allegedly, let me just say, alleged. All of it's alleged, and in my opinion, not the part about him being her manager. He actually is her manager. In my opinion, we need to be worried. I'm alleging that people are questioning that he doesn't go to work and that she pays for everything, that she has been paying for that entire, which, dude, I don't understand, because what would he do with it? I don't really think that she has to pay for everything. I feel like he just is letting her, because he'd have to support himself anyway, if he didn't meet Teresa. What I think probably happened is he put all his eggs in the Teresa basket, in the Bravo basket, and he's seeing that this bitch is absolutely nuts, and that Bravo is just probably not going to be, this whole thing is probably going to be the end of one of them, and probably the end of the gravy train, because if you're her manager, that's your job. I'm assuming that you're depending on all the money that come in from her, because you get paid when she gets paid. I don't know. He had 200 and whatever, I don't know, whatever money he supposedly had to throw away on some pizza ovens, and just ran in, and then just conveniently, when Joe doesn't want his 5% and doesn't want to do it any longer, all of a sudden he can just forget about that money that he put out, and he's not going to no longer do this pizza business. Whatever the case may be, I don't think it was Corrigan's fault that he put this money out. Again, I feel like when he says he's got nothing to lose, he might clearly have nothing left to lose. And again, we need to have eyes on Teresa. So it's been an hour and 14 before I get any more trouble for saying that shit. I'm not doing one saying it around here. I'm just saying. People say she looks very sickly. I haven't personally seen her myself, but yeah, it is what it is. And I probably won't either, so I don't know. Like, I guess, I guess we'll have to revisit that and maybe once the summertime picks up down the shore sometimes. I don't know. See how she looks. I don't know. We'll see how we'll revisit that in the summertime. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I'll make sure for that. All right, guys. So you guys are still here, but it's been an hour 14. It's getting late, and yeah, I'm gonna go and let's pray that I don't get a bunch of random messages telling me I'm an asshole for saying it. I should have just said. Probably get cease and desist. I'll probably get my channel or some threats. Who knows? I don't know how they work. But it would be the first time. Right? All right, guys. Hi, Twitter. See you guys. Oh, yeah. Did I say I'm not on TikTok anymore? I'm taking my TikTok down. Screw TikTok. So we're only going to be live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'll probably add a couple other platforms. I just have to figure out which ones. So, but right now, like, comment, subscribe on all the platforms. Follow me. And I'll be back tomorrow to do Vanderpump at probably earlier than 6:30 right now. All right, guys. Thanks for showing up. I see you all. Love you all. And thanks for coming.